I saw the Batman, was it good? Let's put it this way, if you like noir-style dark realities movies, the Batman is significantly excellent. Even if you are not a DC fan and have never seen the previous Batman, it does not influence you from watching the Batman. It has almost nothing to do with the past versions. If you need to prepare for the movie, just remember that Batman is a super rich man, and he witnessed his parents being killed when he was young, so he towards the path of justice. The key message is that Batman has no superpowers, can't fly, and has no mutations. I don't think the Batman is a superhero movie. It is just a movie, with no fancy tricks, only simple human instincts. Do you know what the full name of DC is? Detective Comics. Crime and detective is DC's old business. To some extent, the new Batman is a noir-style crime detective film. The story begins with a murder. The mayor of Gotham was killed in his home. The killer called himself the Riddler. In the crime scene left a letter to Batman and riddles. Since then, the Riddler has been committing frequent crimes. The victims are invariably senior officials and political dignitaries of Gotham City. The Riddler's latest target is Bruce Wayne. Yes, it is Batman himself after taking off his Batman suit. The timeline for the new Batman is the week of Halloween, 2 years after Bruce Wayne's debut. In other words, he's not yet the high-profile Batman. The movie starts with a short scene where some hooligans bully subway passengers. When Batman arrives, the hooligans dare to fight back. The first reaction of the passengers is not "Ah, Batman, you're here," and so on, but please don't hurt me. Even the police response is "This is a crime scene. What are you doing here? Goddamn freak." This short fragment immediately and decisively sets itself apart from previous Batman films. Clearly tells you that this is a brand new story. Secondly, how did the previous superheroes appear? In Black Widow, the sister made fun of her.
Why do you always do that thing?
Do what?
This thing that you do when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair and you do like a fighting pose.
But the new Batman has no falling from the sky. Batman just plain walks down the stairs. While the other heroes are busy fighting bizarre monsters, what is Batman doing? Riding his motorcycle in Gotham City with a variety of hooligans. But he found the crime was not reduced with he did his best to fight. The filth and corruption are instead flourishing in Gotham City. When he was exploring the inner working of Gotham's criminal empires, Bruce found that his absolute pure father in his memory actually has more or less blood on his hands. The so-called justice he believed in became suspicious, which led to Bruce Wayne in the new Batman having 3 completely different faces. The first one is slightly different from what we know, but most are the same. Angry, hateful, and stubborn. The second, the son of Gotham's richest man, Bruce Wayne. The young master always suits. Even cufflinks are meticulous. But rarely appear. Just like the Catwoman asked, "Who are you under the mask?" These two are not the real him. First of all, the young master identity. Alfred called the Wayne Corps person to have a meeting at the house. Bruce yelled, "Why?" Alfred also stormed back in response, "Because I couldn't get you to the office." In his own words, he does not want to inherit money. He only want to inherit his father's legacy to revive Gotham. So he became Batman. Is fighting evil his goal? I can only say that it used to be. Because of the character set, other heroes can come and go dégagé, but he can't. He is tired in all corners of Gotham with various ordinary hooligans to fight. Simply no respite from personal time. But he returned to the Batcave exhausted and suddenly found that sin had not become less with his fight, and even his father's past was laced with sin. He begins to question his long-held beliefs, then we see the third face him. He took off the mask in the Batcave. Underneath the mask is not a handsome face, but a messy look whose eye has been blurred with an exhausted face. This is the real him. He is no longer facing an alien creature ready to destroy the world. He is facing a bunch of mortals. And this is often overlooked by us. Compared with the gods' extinction punishment, human evil is closer to the original evil of nature. Why do the hooligans bully passengers on the train? Nothing, just think you are vulnerable, and you are a doormat. Why does the underground bar kill people and hide filth? Nothing, just to make quick money. Do not underestimate the moral collapse of ordinary people. What is the biggest crisis of the movie? The Riddler posted the video of brutal crime online and even live streamed it online, which actually obtained in a lot of fans. Responding to the Riddler's call to go to the streets, killed innocent people indiscriminately. A question, do you believe more in a supervillain, who snaps his fingers to kill half of the universe's living beings, or more believe in a group of foolish people compelled by a human on the network? Many people like Avengers 4, but the second one indeed impresses me. After all, this kind of thing is not uncommon in reality. This is also the actual origin of the new Batman's dark temperament. One or two big bad guys are easy to eliminate, but what can you do to shake the mass madness? The new Batman's classical oil painting-like bleak and creative picture depicts a picture of hell, is not a spectacle of a mountain of swords and a sea of flame, but a bizarre orgy of moral collapse. Since the film pushed the perspective from superhero to the ordinary, you will find people cute, such as Catwoman. In the past, superheroes' girlfriends were a pendant most of the time, watching superheroes save the world in fear and then giving them pure adoration. What about the Batman's Catwoman? Fighting alongside Batman is not her only long-cherished dream. She has her own revenge to avenge. She has her own loved ones to save. She has her own goals to achieve. Whether the kiss with Batman is sincere or a ploy to draw Batman in, Catwoman is not subordinate to anyone, or she does not care to belong to anyone. When she realizes that Batman loves justice more, she also dares to leave, dare to love or not love. This is a living character. Likewise, the villain in the Batman is not entirely repulsive. In a way, the Riddler resembles the Joker played by Phoenix the year before. His perversion from his broken past, but their brokenness is born from a loss of hope for the city. Catwoman enters the speakeasy with a camera. Batman scans it and finds that the people who work with the mob are from cops to prosecutors, from officials to dignitaries. At that moment, Batman's justice collapsed. I thought I was working with these people to destroy evil, but what is the truth? The truth is that these people wiped out a gang, and the purpose of the gang leader was out of control from them, and killing him was the only way to get his possession. Then foster a new leader who obeys them. Justice becomes a veneer of evil at this moment. Batman's character arc is accomplished through two turns of events. The first was a waiver. After justice lost its meaning, all he could do was take revenge. That's why the line, "I'm vengeance." But after beating the thug with the Riddler's headgear, the police asked where he was. The thug grinned and also said, "I am vengeance." Batman froze again. So revenge is the wrong path. In the final analysis, the Riddler's essential are Avengers who seek revenge on the corrupt status quo. What is the difference between them and Batman? If revenge cannot solve the problem, then where is the answer? After the big explosion, a group of citizens was trapped in the water. Bruce never takes care of the rescued after defeating criminals before and by their own fate. It was his first time reaching out to them. Hand the torch in the darkness, led them through the current, hope was appear at this moment. At this time, Bruce Wayne really became Batman. He realized that he had gotten split hairs of paranoia. Justice was never the question because justice itself was the answer. So at the end of the film, the familiar Batman searchlight reappears in the dusky clouds. This time after the fragment, the searchlight is no longer the fear of the thugs but the hope of Gotham's citizens. Watch a movie, watch a life, here is Minutes Movies, describe me, see you next time.